What's going on? It's your boy Louie here, back at it with the final installment of Principles of Fighting Games. This is part 3. And these principles cover what you should be doing after your first match. And you can do these things after your first match, after your first set, wherever, you know. And these are things that you need to recognize. I mean, you can even recognize some of them before the match as well, but these are most appropriate and salient after the first match has begun. Okay? So, one of the things you need to recognize outright, and I should have probably started the whole series with this, is that you are entitled to nothing except the opponent's fury. What do I mean by that? Some players think that, when you pick certain characters, that or when your opponent picks certain characters, or even if they pick the characters themselves, it don't matter. They believe that players are supposed to play in a particular way. They're supposed to play in ways that don't annoy them and stuff like that. If you get annoyed by something, it's just wrong. So if I, for instance, am Katana and I'm doing this the whole match, keeping my distance, throwing these out, stuff like that, people think that their opponent is not entitled to play that way because it's not fun. Let me tell you something. Your opponent is allowed to play whatever the way the game allows them to play. Katana's designed to be back here. She's designed to do exactly what she's doing right here. If she's not playing that way, I would argue she's not playing correctly. I mean, Katana really wants to be anywhere from here to here. She's not really built to play this close. So if you're playing Katana, or you're fighting against the Katana, you can expect her to be using this a lot. And you need to get it out of your mind that she shouldn't be doing this. Okay? And this is true if you play Katana. If you're the person playing Katana, don't let nobody convince you that you ain't supposed to be peppering their ass with these projectiles. It's up to your opponent to get past this stuff. It's not up to you to make it easier for them to beat you. You're supposed to be doing everything in your power to make it difficult for them to get you. Raiden. I fought many Raidens over the course of this game, and very few of them have decided to run away. They get the life lead and they do this and run away, teleport away. They get the life lead and they bunk the fuck out. It's annoying as hell. It's aggravating when you can't catch them, but that's what Raiden should be doing. It's smart technique. His fastest mid is it's this. This is his fastest mid, 15 frames. It's great. It's really good. But this is his fastest mid. And so, as much as people be wanting Raiden to do all this wild shit and be, oh yeah, I'm gonna do my pressure. Oh, I'm gonna do all this crazy shit. Yeah. Like, no. Raiden doesn't need to be doing that. Especially if he has the life lead. You need to go get him. He can chill. He can stay back and let you make dumbass mistakes. You see? And so, you should be expecting your opponent to be doing everything in their power to beat you. And if you don't, you a fool. By the same token, they should expect for you to be doing everything in your power to defeat them. even if it's consisting of things that annoy them. It's not up to you to make your opponent feel comfortable. It's up to them to find a way to persevere through the discomfort. And if they can't do that, then they don't deserve to win. Straight up. All right. Now, in keeping with that, every match is a learning opportunity. Every time you get matched up with somebody, there's a chance for you to learn something new. Even if it's the smallest thing. The smallest, littlest thing. That little thing that you think is relatively insignificant might wind up being very important. Like, I don't see enough katana players using this to escape the corner. You know what I'm saying? So if you're fighting a katana and you get her in the corner and then she uses, any little space to do that, that should be a learning opportunity for you. Whether you play katana or not, because maybe your character has a similar move that you don't use. And in seeing katana do this against you and getting out of the corner, now you can use that same thing. Maybe now you as the Raiden player, since you have bad armor, now you can get out the corner too in the same manner. You see what I'm saying? So anytime you play somebody, you get a chance to learn you some shit. And you should never waste the opportunity to learn. And I know I'm biased because I'm a teacher. And so this is spoken like a true educator. But I'm being so for real because fighting games are the pinnacle of intelligence in video games, in my estimation. All the little micro decisions that you have to make, excuse me, the matchup knowledge that you have to have. You got to have reactions. You got to have reads and predictions. You have to bait. You have to condition your opponent. All of it is very advanced stuff. And so the people that play fighting games at the highest level are actually very calculated and intelligent individuals. And that's why a game like Mortal Kombat gravitates to me, because the intelligence is not so much in the execution of these special moves, because the special moves themselves are easy. But to master the neutral game and to make use of all the tools that are afforded to you in order to effectively fight your opponent, all of that is so advanced it needs its own class, to be honest. And that's why these videos exist. But when you play, you have an opportunity to learn from your opponent, and so you should never waste that opportunity. This is why, for example, it's so bad when people do one and dones in this game. In case you don't know what a one and done is, I'll explain it. So you fight somebody in casuals. You play one match with them. And it doesn't matter whether they win or they lose. They play you the one time and then they fucking bounce. They leave. You irritated them. Or you picked a character they didn't like and they left. That's bad. It's bad. It's bad. The reason why it's bad is because now you're depriving yourself of a learning opportunity if you're the person that's leaving. Excuse me. If you're the person doing the oneing and dunning, you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to learn and grow. And you're doing it precisely because you don't want to lose. I'm going to talk about losing in a minute. But if you're that person that leaves after every game just because you don't like who you're fighting or you don't like how they're playing, you're not going to get good at this game very quickly. I mean, you'll get better over time, but it's going to take you way too long. It's going to take you much longer to get good than it would have taken if you'd have played everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things. And if you're the person that's being left behind in the one and dones, it's not good for you either, because you could have learned from them. So they're robbing you of an opportunity to learn from them, and that's not good either. You see what I'm saying? Like, as much as people don't like fighting this character right here, there's actually a lot to learn from fighting a character like this. Because this is a character that is the epitome of a glass cannon. Well, maybe not a glass cannon, but I don't know if I would call her that, because she can put your ass in a blender, as you see me doing right now, you know. But the reason why this character is a learning opportunity is because she's vulnerable here. She's vulnerable here. She's vulnerable from right here, because what does she have to hit you with that's safe? She can't hit you here. She has to do that, which is slow. This is unsafe on block. This can get her killed. Like, she can't really touch you when she's here. And so you can out neutral this character from here, and that will make you a better player, because if you don't out neutral her, you'll die. You see what I'm saying? So if you're using a character like General Shao here, this becomes extra important. This becomes extra important. These pokes become, I would say, vital. You know what I'm saying? Even this becomes good. Though you don't want to whiff this, because if you whiff it, she will fuck you up on sight. But a normal like this just gives her all kinds of hell. You see? And so I understand fighting particular characters is annoying, but you can learn. You can learn the most from the people that you like fighting the least, and the characters that you like fighting the least. So understand, every match is a learning opportunity. Now, however, you learn the most when you have this particular mindset going into and coming from your matches, and that is play to grow, not to win. Now, tournament players are like, hell no, I'm trying to win this bread. Right? So their perspective is completely different than us. The 99.99% of us that are just going to play online, we need to be trying to grow. Okay? That's why we play. And you should play as many people as you can, so that you can learn as much as you can, so that you can grow as a player. That doesn't happen when you hyperfixate on winning every goddamn match. Okay? A lot of people don't even know why they're losing. You don't even know why you're losing. So when you focus on winning, it's like, what do you even focus on? You don't even know what to focus on, because you don't know why you're not winning. You don't even know what you're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so you need to be adopting a growth mindset, and understand growth does not look linear. It doesn't look like a straight line from bad to great. No, fuck no. It looks like a hill. It looks like a series of mountain ranges. It looks like, you know, it looks like a cardiac monitor where you see the little, you know, hills going up and down and shit. That's what growth looks like. So certain days you're going to feel like you're getting way better. Than other days it looks like you're stepping back. Nah, hell nah. You ain't stepping back. You are ascending, because the line has a positive slope trending upwards. Okay? But don't make the mistake of thinking that because your growth is not linear, that means you ain't growing. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Keep playing. Keep growing. Keep learning. Little bit by little bit. Even somebody like me, I'm still learning shit. I'm still learning to use this up block. Because for all these games now, this tool was not there. And truth be told, I don't know if this tool will be available in Mortal Kombat 2. So I don't want to get too used to using this and then they turn around and take it away. You know what I'm saying? So I still anti-air the classic way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not this. This is a great anti-air. These two are pretty good. Uppercut always works as well. But this is good. That's good. But my point is, I'm still growing, even as I'm telling y'all to grow. And so I don't care how many matches I lose. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to get better. Because what happens is the losses that I take are going to make me assess and reevaluate what went wrong. And I'm going to use that next time. You know? So I encourage y'all to do the same thing. Now, let me say something about losing. The actual plank says lose, but never be defeated. And this actually goes in hand with something else that I should have said in here. Losing does not make you bad at the game. Do you understand that? And this coincides with another plank, which I'll talk about later, but some of you have gotten the idea that if you play a particular character, let's say you're I don't know who you play. Let's say you're a reptile player, right? So you play reptile. You've gotten the idea that if your opponent picks a particular character, let's say they decide to pick Cage, you've automatically lost the game. You've lost the match right here at the select screen. I can't begin to emphasize how false that is. Let me tell you something. Make a motherfucker beat you with this alleged top tier character that they have. Don't sit there and assume that because they pick Cage, they just gonna whoop you just because they picked that character. No. Make them actually whoop you. Do you know how many Johnny Cage players I have fought and beaten using this character right here, Sub-Zero? And I've done this throughout the life of the game. Before he ever got any buffs, I was beating Johnny Cage players with Sub-Zero. If I can do that with Sub, I'm talking about launch MK1 Sub, you can do the same thing with anyone else in the game. Make them motherfuckers work to beat you. Do not assume that they just won. Okay? Because in this game in particular, cameos change the whole landscape of the match. You are one cameo away from picking a favorable matchup. You know what I'm saying? So all you got to do is find your cameo that really helps you out in that particular match. And even in a game where there is no cameo, you can just play well. And if you play well, you're going to be all right. So understand that too. Yeah. So do not lose here at this select screen. Do not lose here. Lose in the match, not in the select screen. And here's the other thing about losing. You don't have to be like, oh my God, I just suck at the game, or oh my God, I just lose to all of this kind of player. No. Fuck all that. Fuck that. Hell no. Hell no. Do not sit here and, sulk and pout or do any of that bullshit just because you lost a match. Everybody loses matches. As a matter of fact, one of the planks that I'm going to include here is if you play, you will lose. Losses are opportunities for growth. Understand, if you play any fighting game, I don't give a damn what game it is, you're going to lose matches. And you're going to lose a lot of them. I had to lose a lot of matches with Sub-Zero in order to learn what I know. And I'm not talking about just an MK1. I'm talking about an MK9. I had to lose a lot of matches. In MKX, I had to lose a lot of matches. Particularly against Ermac players. Oh my God. In MK11, I had to lose a lot of matches. Not so much with Sub, but more so with General Shao or Shao Kahn and all that shit. And I've had to lose matches here. But all these matches that I've won and lost, especially the ones that I've lost, have helped me grow. And I've been able to grow into the kind of player that can help you because of the experiences. Okay? And so, don't sit here and think that losses define your skill level. Hell no. Hell no. Lose but never be defeated. And understand that if you play, you will lose. Losses are opportunities for growth. That is a fact. Okay? Let me say this about losses, though. This other thing. And some of y'all are not going to want to hear this. The next plank I have says this: be gracious in victory and defeat. What does that mean? What it means, for one, is that you don't send no angry ass messages. You don't get on the damn microphone talking about some, oh, you bitch, you played like a bitch because you ran away, blah, blah, blah. Don't get on the mic doing that shit. Because all that does is it makes you look bad. It makes you look bad. You sound like a sore loser. Okay? And even if you win and you fight somebody that annoyed you, you don't need to get on a mic and tell them that. They don't get no fuck. They gonna keep doing the same shit. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on a quick second. Yeah. So you don't need to be hopping on no motherfucking mic telling people that they suck. Okay? Because if you lost to someone that sucks, by definition, that means you suck more. You suck more if you lost to someone that sucks. Okay? Literally, if you say that somebody is trash at the game, but then you go on to lose to said trash person, you are more trash than they are. So by dissing them, you diss yourself. You understand me? So don't do that. You look dumb. And it's played out. Okay? And if you won and you beat this trash player, congratulations. That just makes you a broom. You picked up the trash. You swept up the trash. You supposed to sweep up trash. If someone is legitimately trash at the game and you beat them, that doesn't make you good. It just means you beat them. Okay? So there's no need of you sitting here feeling all extra great about yourself because you were able to beat somebody whom you deem as trash. No. So getting on the microphone, talking wild crazy, doesn't serve you in any scenario. It's good for you to express yourself and shit like that, but if you want to express yourself, get a journal. Seriously, get a journal. Make a animalistic tribal noise to let your rage out or whatever. Do what you gotta do, but don't get on no horn talking no shit, because it doesn't sound good. Part of the reason why Drake looks so bad right now is because Kendrick is consistently whooping his ass in all facets of this hip-hop beef of 2024. And instead of Drake sitting quietly and reflecting and being gracious in defeat, acknowledging that he lost, and, taking his L's like a man and learning how to, pick himself back up, what is he doing? He's suing UMG. He's out here playing the victim. He's doing the most suckerest of sucker shit. And that's what you look like when you get on the horn talking shit. You sound like Drake. You look like Drake. And Drake is not the man to look like right now. Okay? I'm just saying. Don't be a Drake. Be a Kendrick. Or shit, be a J. Cole. Because J. Cole was like, look, man, fuck this bullshit. I don't need to... No. Anyway. So, Be gracious in victory and defeat, you guys. Please. It's only going to serve you. And damn, am I at the last plank already? Yeah, it looks like I am. Okay. So I guess the last thing I'm going to say is skill is not defined by wins and losses, but by good gameplay. Okay? Good gameplay determines a good player. Good gameplay. What do I mean by good gameplay? I mean someone who utilizes their movement, their spacing, someone who punishes any and all whiffs, any and all mistakes, while, you know, seldom making any of their own. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who, someone who just genuinely, and it's hard to describe because it encompasses so many different things, but, you know, anybody that really utilizes all the tools that a character has and all the tools that the game has, or as many of them as they can. You know what I'm saying? It's not defined by the character that they pick. It's really not. Because I fought people that use the same team I'm running, and they didn't use them like I use them. You know what I'm saying? And there are people out there that use my team better than I do. They use setups I ain't never heard of. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. See, I can do a bunch of flashy ass combos, but those flashy combos do not define me as a good player. My decisions in the match make me good. You know? The intelligent decisions that are made moment by moment are what decide whether I'm a good player or not. Not how many times I can beat such and such. Not my win-loss record in Combat League or in casual matches, or any clips on YouTube of me fighting some fucking scrubs. That shit does not define me as good. Okay? People find out how good I am when they play me. And they see how I try to control that goddamn space. And I control the space even when I'm not doing shit. Okay? That's what makes somebody good at the game. So don't be fooled by a highlight reel of people winning in Combat League. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. Anybody can steal some victories from a tournament. Well, not anybody can do this, but people can steal a couple victories here and there from a well-known player. That doesn't make you good either. Not by itself, no. It indicates that you might have some skill, but that's not it. It's the gameplay decisions that you make. It's the whether you decide to do this all match or whether you know when to do this. Knowing how to do this in a match versus always doing this shit. Always doing this shit or always doing this shit. Those are the things that make you good. Knowing when to jump versus when to walk versus when to dash. Dash blocking. Your movement makes you good. Movement makes you good. And I ain't pressed no buttons. I'm not pressing any standing normals. I'm just moving. Your movement's going to tell on you. You see what I'm saying? And it takes time to develop this shit. You're not going to start off with MK1 or MK11 as your first game and then turn into a monster fucking player overnight. Not unless you are trying to grind at the tournament level. Those are the people that, you know, seem to get good overnight. But for those of us with wives and jobs and children and responsibilities, excuse me, those of us that have shit to do outside of this, people that depend on us outside of this, it's going to take us a lot longer to get there. And that's okay. You don't have to get really good overnight. But understand that you can get more skilled at these games every single day just by making a few small changes every day. Learning to not always goddamn dash all the time. Learning a simple thing such as ducking a projectile versus low blocking one. And consistently getting past zoning just like this here. Little small decisions that you make like that you then incorporate into your general game plan that you use in every match thereafter. Those are the things that make you better. Skill is not something that you gain from a video. It's the set of skills, the set of little micro knowledge checks that you attain and obtain and maintain over the course of a game's life, over the course of an entire litany of fighting games. Okay? That's how you gain skill. And that's the purpose of this video, to try to help you gain these skills. Okay? So with that being said, I hope that this video series has helped you. I enjoyed making this for y'all. And if I only help one motherfucker out there, that's enough for me. All right? So with that being said, please obtain this knowledge, incorporate it into your game plan. And I'll catch y'all later. Stay froze.